This is Manic Wave with What You Wanted.
I spent 4 years convincing myself that I'd imagined the worst parts of you. I went to
And
therapy,
Field Hockey
I
sent
called
these
it
guys our way
maturity,
as well, so
called
shout
it
out to them.
healing, called it bravery, called it love. I should have trusted the version of myself that was still afraid. But instead I wrote love songs about you, made excuses, and built a back door in. And you walked through it like you'd never left. You were always the villain in my dreams, and I never understood that. I told myself the nightmares were just my insecurities practicing for nothing. And then you came back. You said you loved me. You learned the words I wrote when you were gone. You stood next to me and sang them, and the whole time it felt like I was dreaming. I used to wake up from those dreams where you were the villain and feel guilty for ever even thinking it. I tried really hard to become what you wanted, and you just punished me for surviving it. I'm done rewriting this story so that you look innocent. Turns out, you really were the girl of my dreams.
I wasn't expecting it.
No, neither was I.
Gave me all your love, but it's not enough. I just let you down when I leveled up. Save me from myself, put yourself through hell. It's like everything was not enough. So you're giving up, I still wish you well. I've cut out my tongue, I won't kiss and tell. Thought you were the one, oh well. Had a good run, but it's over now. It's like lightning strikes my eyes. Every single time I see your face, it's clear I'm lost. It happens every time. Can't rewind, I'm blinded. Wasting time, still stranded and can't move on. But is it that what you wanted? Forced myself to carry on without you. I wrote a song and wrote some songs about you. And now they all got me. Homesick, missing your body. But isn't that what you wanted? Isn't that what you wanted? Started moving on, but I got held up. Started ghosting out, didn't give a fuck. It's a bitter pill, but another girl will just never be enough. It's like thunder breaks my ears. Every single time I hear your name, it's clear when I'm wrong. It happens every time. Can't relax, I'm wound up. Chasing while I'm frantic and can't move on. But is it that what you wanted? I forced myself to carry on without you. I wrote a song and wrote some songs about you. And now
That lyric's
they all
brilliant.
got me. Homesick, missing your body. But isn't that what you wanted?
So
Isn't
catchy.
that what you wanted? That's all she wrote, another broken heart. We watched the curtains close and the credits roll. Then we drilled some holes and we sank the boat. Then I disappeared like throwing up. Then we broke some bottles to raise a toast. I swallowed glass and I almost choked. But I still can't drink enough to let you go. When it all went up in smoke like a holy ghost. But isn't that what you wanted? I forced myself to carry on without you. I wrote a song and wrote some songs about you. And now they all got me. Homesick, missing your body. But isn't that what you wanted? Isn't that what you wanted? I forced myself to carry on without you. I wrote a song and wrote some songs about you. And now they all got me. Homesick, missing your body. But isn't that what you wanted? Isn't that what you wanted?
Oh, they did. I didn't. Wait, I'm going to pause it so I switch screen. They set him on fire.
Wow.
Awful. It's a good-looking guy. Don't set him on fire. All right. What a fucking song that was, by the way. Can I just say that was up there as one of like my favorites of today. That was unbelievable. Like, I didn't know where it was going. That first poetry intro, it could have gone, and you gave nothing away there, Danny, because you said, "Oh, field hockey sent them our way. We know what field hockey sound like," and I was like, "Okay, so we're going to get that sort of band." We literally got a mixture of like Enter Shikari, Don Broco, a little bit 80s, little bit actually. If you think of the last Seaway album, think like Miss David and stuff like that on it, little bit. Mm-hmm. Becky, was that like because you were like, I can't believe you just compared to Seaway, or was that I wish Seaway would come back like the rest of us?
I worked those last 2 records. I've been a massive Seaway fan forever, and one of my biggest regrets is that the last album came out, like Big Vibe came out over COVID. So
I know.
I never got to hear it.
I know. And Big Vibe is one of the best. It's the best pandemic record, like by far for me. But it sucks for them because they did the record before and then it came out, didn't it? During, if I'm correct, and it just fucked them. And from what I know, and I don't know, you might, well, obviously you all know more than us, but from what we've been told from people is that it basically was just so hard to continue as a band after that because you can't tour a record like that. And
they were one of the first bands that we bonded over.
They were,
We love Seaway.
Our first kiss was to a Seaway song. Just,
there you go.
It was Lola on the Beach. If anyone wants to know. But yeah, anyway, we love Seaway. Seaway are a BSB band because me and Danny bonded on them so much. And
that riff in Shy Guys was like.
But you know what? Like, Manic Wave really hit me with a little bit of Big Vibe by Seaway. The whole record, it kind of had that kind of almost they had that kind of 80s twang that was in there, and this had the same, but it also had that kind of Don Broco-esque. I was sitting there going, if I went to a Don Broco show in the UK and saw these guys opening up, like, I'd be like, yeah, fuck yeah. I just think Don Broco wouldn't take them out purely on the fact that they might upstage them because they're that fucking good. And I'm very intrigued by the rest of their back catalogue. They're awesome. Go on, Becky, what did you think?
Yeah, I mean, I loved it. The lyrics are great. It was super catchy. I do think for me, the poetry intro was a little on the long side. Like, not everyone has the attention span to kind of wait it out and see where the song goes from there. So I think that's just one thing that maybe would turn some people off. But if you can, like, wait it out, it's worth the wait. Like,
I'm curious on that, actually. And that's a really good point to make. But I'm curious
it's very
as
valid,
to
especially
whether,
nowadays as well.
I'm going to check their...
Have you seen if it's on the Spotify track?
No, they go straight into the track. They go straight into the track on Spotify. Okay. And I was curious because I feel like it is you need the visual component with it as well.
Yes.
It wouldn't work without that. Agreed.
Yeah.
I do think, though, interesting point before we go into Danny's, I feel like we're getting back into the era of the storyline music videos a little bit. And I think that there's big talks about big bands wanting to do it again because they went through a phase going, what's the fucking point? And now I feel like we're back to, let's try and give Michael Jackson's Thriller a run for its money. Let's see if people can do it. I think the last band that did it well, in my opinion, was, and I'm not even a massive fan of this band, but I think they did it really well, was 30 Seconds to Mars. Their videos blew my mind growing up.
It was Fall Out Boy.
The Fall Out Boys,
the way they put their music videos together.
The whole of...
It's like a whole movie.
The whole of Save Rock and Roll. That's the last good one. That is unbelievable. Yeah, that's such a good shout. I sat there many occasions and watched the whole track 1 to the end and enjoyed it as a movie. And I immediately loved My Songs Know What You Did in the Dark as well. Like, so many people were like, oh no, what's happened to Fall Out Boy? And I was like, this is fucking solid.
Yeah.
Such a good track.
Yeah. Sapphire said, I like the storylines Ice Nine Kills are doing with their Scream song. Who are Ice Nine Kills? I don't know them. Dan from Ice Nine
Yeah.
Kills is joining us next week on stream, next Thursday. That's why
Yes, he is.
he's such a nice guy as well, Eddie, Dan Sugarman. He just is the nicest. Like, I'm just well excited to have him on. I'm really, really
That's
looking
gonna
forward to it.
be a lot of fun.
But go on, Danny, what did you think to the track?
Yeah, another band that really throws it back to a kind of like Hello Goodbye and Chainsmokers vibe for me, but this is darker, it's more menacing, it has like rougher edges to it. Maybe there's like undertones of Panic in terms of the writing and the instrumentation at times. It's really, really clever, it's mature, and at times it is a little 80s-esque, like you can hear like a little Duran Duran with the pop sensibility in there.
Yeah.
It's got a massive danceability factor to it. It's a very commercial track, a complete bop, and I think it's very marketable. So I think it will take them far.